But as you know, student hubs are about students. So I'm gonna hand you over to Janelle Lim from Vision School in Malaysia and Matthias Attenja from Xavier School in the Philippines, who will be taking us through today's student hub. Over to you, Janelle and Matthias.
Thank you. On the screen, the agenda, the share screen. On the screen is the agenda for today. Before we start, I want to remind everyone of the house rules for this session. Please set your microphone to mute when you are not speaking. Listen when others are speaking, and you can use non-verbal cues to indicate that you would like to contribute. Please use the reaction thumbs up, clap, or raise hand. If you want to make a comment or ask a question, do so respectfully in the chat. We would like to see your smiling faces, so please keep your video on, especially if you are part of the presenting teams. If you have connectivity issues, you may turn your video off and switch them on when you are speaking. Close other devices or sites so that you can reduce pressure on your Wi-Fi. Over to you, Matthias.
We welcome our special guests, education leaders, teachers, and students attending today. On this platform, we are fast becoming activists and voices to achieve the 17 SDGs. Today, our peers have prepared business management plans to take action and raise awareness about the Sustainable Development Goals. Let's watch students. Mahadevi Birla, World Academy from India, is presenting.
I'm Akshita Khaitan from Mahadevi Birla World Academy, Kolkata, India, the CEO of EcoCycle. Firstly, we would like to thank all the institutions involved in the Sustainable Development Goals Business Plan project for providing us the opportunity to combine and collaborate business plan to raise awareness of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. To formulate our business plan, we had several brainstorming sessions with S. Roy Ma'am to come up with the best strategies for a social business. We decided to execute this plan for our school enterprise this year so that we could see the efficiency of our business. Sustainability is our business. Keeping this in mind, we devised this business plan with the mission to offer a large number of eco-friendly, functional and well-designed products made by underprivileged women of the community around us. We aim to achieve revenues by providing social benefits. Plastic is becoming a fundamental and inescapable component of our lives. Every year there is a steady growing amount of plastics consumed. Plastic garbage has been seen as a severe problem of solid waste due to its high visibility. Most plastics are non-degradable and they may take a long time to break down. With more and more plastic products, particularly plastic packaging, being disposed of soon after their purchase, the landfill space required by plastic waste is a growing concern. Similarly, paper and wood are used on a large basis, which is gathered by cutting down of millions of trees every day, which acts as a highlighting factor in deforestation and land erosion further on. But there is always a solution to every challenging situation.
Namaste, I'm Akshita Agarwal, the COO or the Chief Operation Officer of the business. Now, so we aim to produce sustainable products at a reasonable rate. Our products are canvas tote bags, envelopes, and wooden trays. For the canvas tote bags, we decide to use old discarded t-shirt. For our envelopes, the project papers that are no longer in use. And for the wooden trays, the old furniture are no longer in use. We also aim to reduce the usage of plastics due to the aforementioned reasons. You will never know what you can do until you try, are some beautiful words spoken by Sir William Cobbett. This is the reason why we took up the charge of running a similar business, and the reaction, responses, and the enthusiasm of our fellow schoolmates blew up our minds and motivated us to carry on. The name of our business, EcoCycle, is a representation of our thoughts and ideas for the business: reduce, reuse, and recycle. It means the cycle of ecosystem. The goals that we aim to achieve are Goal 17, Partnership for the Goals, partnering up for the common goal that we all have in our hearts: protection and preservation of our planet Earth. Goal 2, Zero Hunger, by contributing a part of our profit for the food ATF program of our school. Goal 12, Responsible Consumption and Production, one of the major SDGs that should be followed by every business. Climate action, reuse of wood-based products, and reducing wastage. Thank you.
Namaste everyone, I am Deboshmita Chaudhary and I am the Human Resources Manager for this project. So at first we need to realize the fact that human resources is the most precious and important among all the other resources available. Because without the employees or the laborers, it is very difficult to achieve the goals of the organization or the business that it wants to. Because no matter how hard we work, it is always in the end depends on the employees or the laborers. Now, throwing light on the human resources department, it is basically about recruiting and training the employees. The human resources department makes sure that the company has a good roster of employees available who are fulfilling their jobs properly and they are compensated appropriately for the same.
Namaste, I'm Sejal Shah and I'm the production manager and I will be guiding and instructing the employees. We are responsible for procurement of the raw materials and dispatching the final products. We are going to store the products in godowns for their safety and we might need the help of logistic companies as well for their distribution. I'll also look into stock accounting in order to identify which products are earning more revenue and are more profitable.
Namaste, I am Kritika Agarwal and being the Chief Financial Officer, I will be speaking about the financial plan of our business. Finance is the lifeblood of any business. We have conducted a survey in our school on the basis of which we have prepared a sales budget and we will be procuring funds accordingly. A part of the money will be invested by us and we will be raising funds by investors and by selling bonds. Keeping all the sustainable developmental goals in mind, we have tried to keep both our profit as well as our costs very minimal. On the basis of the survey, we are expecting an estimated sales of 1,000 envelopes, 800 posters and 850 canvas bags during the initial stage. As and when we get more established, we will be giving 10% of our return to the investors and 60% will be given for the social funds. We assume that our sales and profit will be increasing in the near future. Thank you.
Namaste, I'm Yashi Samsaka and I'm the Chief Marketing Officer. We did a survey to understand the demand of our products in the market and our position. We also identified some of our competitors which are Lesico and Siemens. The difference between them and us are the products are made through machines. Our strength is that our products are pocket friendly and handmade. We have decided to target the market into different segments and the products would be customized according to the needs of the customer. We have also decided to initiate social marketing. We would promote our products with the help of the social media creators. Our social media creators all details about our products, their pictures and the clips of their making. We have decided to improve our position in the market by reducing the cost and providing customized products.
Namaste everyone, I am Archita Mauda. I am the SEO and I look after the search engine optimization. Now you will be wondering what is the role of search engine or technology in this project. So let me shed some light on it. We have two arrays of options open for the sale of our products. One is the traditional method of selling it physically and other is the online developing mode. So we have created a website to facilitate the buying and selling of a product which is looked after by the engineers. The website will be used for order placements from all parts of the country with the help of online payment options such as net banking, Paytm, etc. It will also display the products so that the clients can choose whichever products they desire.
Namaste, I am Manasvi Bharti and I head the R&D department of EcoCycle. I am really passionate about research, and this being a highly competitive market, I look into the changing market trends and devise plans to increase the scalability of our business. We are not in a hurry to join the Unicorn Club, and we are going to put our focus on the social goals. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your insights on this topic that I know affect all of us here. Next, we welcome the business students from College Vocational School in Malaysia to present.
Hello everyone. We would like to produce about business plan areas for you. Areas for you are health, gift, bouquet, and boxes. And then next about us. About us, Aries is a small size company that runs the business of handmade gift product like a bouquet and gift boxes mainly focused on health items. And then our target market is the people around Penang. Our products are suitable for all age and are also very suitable for all groups of peoples, no matter on what their health condition. And we want to work together to help people really good health, wishes to everyone around them. And at the same time, we want to raise awareness about taking care of health no matter how busy we are in life. And therefore, we produce and sell a variety of items that are
And I think the
health combined in
technical difficulties. All right, technical difficulties happens, but Mr. Vickers has got a follow-up appointment. So I want to welcome, ask our moderators to welcome Mr. Vickers Botha.
It is an honor to welcome Mr. Vickers Botha to address the audience. As per the agenda, Mr. Vickers Botha will give us some input, ask and answer some questions. Mr. Vickers Botha is a global leader who is well known for uniting schools and teachers to empower students with good teaching and tech tools. We are excited yet nervous to interact with Mr. Vickers Botha today, but we know that we can only learn from him. Please feel free to comment and ask questions in the chat. Over to you, Mr. Vickers Botha.
Thank you, Janelle. Thank you, Jasmine, for this kind introduction today. It's Saturday morning in London, and as we're getting going, there's no better way of actually feeling motivated than listening to young change makers like all of you. I enjoyed the first presentation, and I was looking forward to listening to all the others. You know, the thing I'll say to you that differentiates, it differentiates you from everyone as young entrepreneurs are two or three things. And I think, you know, these are universal lessons. I said they're not mine, but you know, they've been useful when I've been approaching business building myself for you to actually think about. The first is around how motion, there's a phrase saying motion is more important than direction, right? Motion is more important than direction. What that means is get moving, right? Get moving, and then you work out what you're going to do. But you know, you have those kinds of people in entrepreneurship that will write a plan, a detailed plan. They'll, you know, iterate on that plan. They will go deep on that plan, but they'll never get this thing off the ground, right? And so the thing is that once you actually do something, then you can get direction. So if you imagine a bicycle, you can't really turn a bicycle around unless it's moving, right? In a similar way, motion, in my opinion, is much more important at this stage than direction, right? So get it off the ground. The second thing I would say to you as comments are to do with what is called product market fit, okay? Product market fit. And so what that basically means is, how do you know that the products you're creating, your customers actually want, right? And I think a few of you have talked about doing surveys, doing research. That's exactly it. That's absolutely right. And so, we can have all these fancy ideas about what the market wants, but actually finding out whether there's a product market fit is probably the most important thing. And so, in addition to market research, you may also want to create a few products and sell them and see what happens, right? Because that is the ultimate truth, where a customer hands over money because your product serves a need or is that good that they have to buy it. So the second is product market fit. And the third thing, and this applies to the Sustainable Development Goals, is that I fear that the deadline being 2030, that we will be nowhere near achieving the SDGs, right? We are what now in 2022, more than halfway through the cycle. We were set 15 years to try to achieve them, and we're nowhere near them. And so what you have to think about is, in my opinion, is scale, something that's called scale. And so scale really means how big can you go, right? How your product, can it reach more than, someone said in the second presentation, you said that your bouquets and gifts, and through them, you will reach, local community. Well, how can you reach a wider consumer base, a wider audience? And that's what I would like you to think about in terms of scale. And what really happens is that actually in a lot of these ideas, even the first school, which was EcoCycle in India, again, it was tote bags. The scale may come from having an e-commerce website that sells your tote bags, right? It may come from actually not doing tote bags and doing something else. And I just think that we as passionate advocates for the Sustainable Development Goals have to think a little bit differently so that we can have scale. That's not saying that businesses that don't have scale are unsuccessful. It's just this passion of ours that we want to make sure that we achieve the SDGs, and that requires a heck of a lot more work to be done that is bigger than the impact that you could perhaps get in your neighborhood. And so how do you achieve that? That's the question. Those are the three comments I wanted to make. Please feel free to ask questions. I have some experience, not everything. And I will say to you that entrepreneurship is a journey in itself, and you learn something every day, and I'm learning things every day. But the only way that I'm learning are by doing things. And that, I think, there's a primacy when it comes to getting anything done, which is to actually do something, as opposed to sort of talk about something. That's what differentiates someone who wants to get stuff done to someone who wants to sit on their sofa and talk about these issues. Jasmine, Janelle, Matthias, thank you so much for this opportunity. But please do give me, please ask questions if you have.
Okay, over to you, Janelle and Matthias.
Hello, Mr. Vikaspota. I have a question for you. Before this session, many of us did not really know about T4 education. Mm-hmm. What is T4 education, and what would you like students to know about it?
I think T4 education really has been given birth to during the pandemic, at the beginning of the pandemic, where I saw the need to bring teachers and schools together. And the simple reason was that I think at such tough times, we should show solidarity and share in people's tough times so that we could help them, right? That's how we started. And what's happened since then is we've built a humongous global community of teachers and schools. And my belief is that the problems are so large that we require everyone's brains and efforts actually to resolve them. I don't think one individual can solve much. And so my belief is that by working to build a community that addresses some of these massive challenges in education, I think we'll be better off. And also it'll be more authentic in the sense that you have teachers in schools from all over the world who are contributing to their knowledge, their experience, their expertise, their voice towards how some of the issues can get resolved.
Thank you. Hi, Mr. Vikas Potter. How do you and T4 Education support student learning?
Yeah, so this is really great. So we support student learning by in 3 ways. Okay, so the first is we're a digital media platform, and what we do is we host events, webinars, sessions for your teachers to actually participate and learn from. I think, Janelle, you're in Malaysia, if I'm not mistaken, right? And you may be blessed that you have a good school, you have a good teacher, but that's not universally the case. And so what our events and professional learning webinars do are provide an opportunity for teachers to learn about what the latest and newest things are, and how they should be thinking about it. So that's number 1. Number 2 is we conduct research ourselves, because we believe that by influencing governments, technology companies, anyone who has an interest in education on the basis of what teachers think, and teachers are the closest to students in the classroom in that sense, I think we will do better. And the third thing, and I'm very excited, I launched a prize called the World's Best School Prizes, not just because I like celebration, I like prizes, but it's because we want to build community around what actually makes schools great. And so we've identified 5 things or 5 categories for these prizes, where we've established a criteria, a benchmark, and so schools now know what good looks like in these 5 areas. And the hope is that if you do all these 5, or one of these 5 at least, student learning will become better, and your learning outcomes will improve, and we'll get a much better standard of education. So that's how we address that question.
Thank you.
Over to you, Matthias.
I think there's Ilham Haddadi is asking a question, saying,
Yes,
are
we
there any
saw
face-to-face events? I've come to realize that actually online events like this are pretty important and play a role. Firstly, they're very cost-effective and they're very respectful of people's time. And so our entire method is based now on virtual and online. But I do agree with you. I think in-person events do have a massive role to play, but not just for us.
Okay. Okay, there's a question in the chat.
Yes,
Mr.
it's a great
Vikas, if you
question.
can. Yeah.
A great question. So alongside prizes, what we are going to be launching are student-based challenges in the world. And hopefully end of the year, we will have 1 or 2 of these. And when we do that, it's exactly what you're doing today, which is this entrepreneurship, pitching contest. In a similar way, we will have others, and we want you to be involved, because I think students are quite, it is everything that we do is about you. And so we want to provide that opportunity to you as well. So we'll have a series of global challenges for students.
All right. Thank you. There are students that have been sending questions in our WhatsApp group. The students from Sarala, Perla, Kayan, Jayotia. Do you want to ask your question now? Feel free to go ahead. Are you there? All right, the question was, what does sustainability mean to you, Mr. Vickers?
I think it's a way of life, actually. Sustainability is a way of life that we have to encourage and inculcate in ourselves. You know, we have, as humanity, I think we've been massively wasteful and disrespectful to what we would call Mother Earth. And we have to be very conscious about our behavior. And so in our everyday lives, we have to weave sustainability in. So for example, like, you know, when we think about petrol consumption for cars, when we think about the use of plastic carrier bags when we go to the supermarket, when we think about you know, any of these things that on a day-to-day basis we do, we will become more sustainable. For the earth to actually not be damaged but to be healed. One of the really interesting parts of the pandemic was that air travel stopped and our skies started clearing up and our environment started getting better. There's a reason, right? And so we have to think about all of our behavior patterns to make sure that we do live in a sustainable world. For my generation and Jasmine's generation, you know, well, it's a little bit late, but we are amending, and everything that's happening is for your benefit. In that sense, it's your generation that will live much longer than us and have the opportunity to enjoy those benefits. And likewise, the sacrifices that you make and the changes you make will benefit younger people than you. And that is the mentality and the approach we should take.
Okay, there's another question by Archita.
What key activities would you recommend entrepreneurs to invest their time in? I think there's a lot of research that actually says financial literacy skills are pretty important. Understanding how money works is pretty critical. And so I would say to invest time in that.
All right, thank you. Thank you for that. We have Mayank. Mayank, do you want to ask your question now? All right, there's a question in the chat. Never mind. All right. Anybody else who's got a question, please feel free to raise your hand and ask your question.
I mean, the question over here is really interesting. I would say to you that, you know, is there a pattern or formula to become a successful entrepreneur? I think you have to have a bias for action. I'll repeat that. You have to have a bias for action. And so I think those people that demonstrate a bias for action just will do better. What is this other question that's just come in? Let's just have a look. How is this used in teaching sustainability to business students? What is this? What do you mean by this? Nangi Kozi, tell me what you mean by how is this used? What do you mean by what is this?
All right, because knowing Miss Edith, she would be having technical issues in Uganda. There's a question in the chat from a student from Shining Star International. Right?
I've heard of that.
You've sent it to me directly, and I'll put it in the chat. Okay, she's saying, I'd like to get Mr. Vickers' views on how or what new approaches the youth might take to achieve a smooth business cycle in terms of sustainable development goals. Okay, and she's unable to unmute. Let me see if I can unmute you. All right.
No.
Did
So
you
what?
get that, Vickers?
Repeat the question, please.
I'll put it in the chat because hold on. There we go. It's in the chat now.
You know, it's a massive question you ask. I mean, you could write a book on this subject. So I'm not sure I can do it justice, but I would say to you that I don't think these are new approaches, but I would say to you a new mindset is about sustainability. You know, that's the key thing, is that it's not that you're trying to be sustainable. If it's just part of who you are, your ethos, then everything that you do will be sustainable. And so try to make it, weave it in as a habit, as a life force, as opposed to anything else, because all the decisions that you then make will be naturally leading to a more sustainable world, right? And so that's not necessarily an entrepreneurial answer, but it is something about make it your life force, is how I think about it.
All right, there's another question in the chat which we can answer later, Mr. Vickers. What I want to like to highlight now is we've got a community together here from all countries, students from everywhere, India, South Africa, Malaysia, Uganda. We've got an orphanage here from Uganda, Happy Times. Everyone having this mindset that somehow, because the world is what it is today, the next thing would be to become entrepreneurs, to become self-sustainable, and to also add to contribute to sustainability throughout the world. The comments made today and the presentations, which we still will be playing because Mr. Vickers has got to leave very shortly. I want to actually just ask everybody and ask yourself, what do you think we need as people to be able to achieve that? What would your answers be? Feel free to type your answers in the chat. What do we need as people to be able to achieve that? Because we're human beings first, right? What do you think you need as a human being to become a successful entrepreneur? And there's no wrong answer on that one. Confidence, commitment, there we go. Anything else? Honesty, integrity, well done. What else do we need? You need to be brave to start. Networking, what else? Ethics, very good, very good. To keep on trying, try everything. Focus, motivation. All right, looking after each other, very good answer. Any other answers from our students? To be hardworking. Time management, yes? All right. I'm glad to see those answers and not be afraid to fail. Yes, definitely. I'm gonna kind of juggle this program a little bit around. You know, a while ago, I was so focused on love and hope and peace. And I'm gonna ask Ms. Shikin to play a video now. Another group in Uganda who wants to become entrepreneurs. And they're starting off with music and addressing the issues in the world that's important for them today. And it's their starting point. So I'm gonna ask Ms. Shikin to play that video about a call for peace, right? Now they have produced it. They don't have money, they don't have connectivity. And I like the way you are focusing on no negativity and all of that. We're going to play that video. And after that video, I think it will be time for Mr. Vickers to exit. What we'll do, we'll watch that video and then we'll brainstorm how this can be kind of turned into something like teach a man to fish. You know, in Uganda, we have a lot of issues and we have poverty and we have stuff like that. So just see what these students have produced. Over to you, Shiken.
Parents are dying day and night. Bombs, violent destruction, everywhere no peace, only war. Some of us are homeless and our friends are orphans. This is so sad, but I know we can make a change
if we unite together. I know we can have this again if we become one.
But I know we can make a change
if we unite together. I know we can have this again if we become one.
We cry for peace all around us. We build for peace all over the world. We cry for peace all around us. We build for peace all over the world. But I know we can make a change
if we unite together. I know we can have this again if we become one.
But I know we can make a change
if we unite together. I know we can have this again if we become one. This is sad, is it real? No more schools for some of us. Children are crying, parents are dying, losing our family and loved ones. Why can't we connect and make a change? Let us stand together, hope for peace in this world. Let's stand together.
Save the lives of the children. Let's become one and make a change. Oh, let's save lives. But I know we can make a change
if we unite together. I know we can have this again if we become one.
But I know we can make a change
if we unite together. I know we can have this again if we become one.
Thank you, Shiken. And why are we playing this? We're teaching each other to fish, right? These students didn't have connectivity. Our network, what I want to emphasize here is becoming entrepreneurs, you can't do it alone. Mr. Vickers focused on that. You can't do it alone. T4 cannot do it alone. You have united. Countries have sent in, students have sent in art. Can you please mute? Can everybody please mute, please? Thank you. So the art was used as a background for the lyrics. Students have written that song themselves. Okay, so the students have collaborated. They sent in the art. They have put this school and these students on the road to become music producers. And this is what it's all about. I'm gonna take this time, we're gonna empower them more, and your coordinators will know more about that. It's holding hands and uniting and actually pulling this off. Empowering, teach them to fish. They have never in their wildest thoughts dreamt that they would be potential music producers one day. And this is just the start. I want to thank Mr. Vickers now for joining us. I know he's a busy man, but he's made the time, and it just shows how important your development and your achievement is to him. So thank you, Mr. Vickers. Do you want to just say a few words before you go, and then we'll complete our program?
Yeah, I think entrepreneurship, fusing entrepreneurship with your passion for sustainability, I think is the future of all business, and not just your business. And so you're on the right path, and you should do, if you're interested in entrepreneurship, interested in being the first mover, interested, and you have a bias for action, I can't think of anything more worthy to be engaged in. And so hone your skills, learn how to do this, and start today.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. All right, thank you. Over to you, Matthias. Let's get to the next thing on our agenda.
Next, I would like to welcome Mrs. Danielle Zelin from Mauritius. Mrs. Zelin is passionate about empowering youth through literacy and taking action for the SDGs. Over to you, Mrs. Zelin.
Hi, everybody. Just let me know if you can hear me. If Jasmine, can you all hear me?
Yes, you are audible.
Perfect, perfect. So I'm Danielle. I'm from Mauritius, but right now I'm not in Mauritius. I'm in Europe, in Latvia. And yes, just as Matthias just said, like for me, it's all about empowering the youth. And I was very happy to hear Mr. Potas speech about SDGs, and the one thing that I think is very important, connected with what I'm going to share with you afterwards, is SDG is not just a goal, it's just not something to achieve, it's a way of life. Okay, you as a youth, you have to understand, you have to observe, and you have to look around you. What do I need, and what the people in my community need to sustain each other? Okay, it's not just promoting SDGs just on paper or thing like that, but it's a way of life. And I think for that, you can do it through different ways. So one thing I wanted to say also is I've been teaching for more than 25 years, and I'm also a National Geographic certified educator. And with National Geographic, I'm trying, for me personally, just as Mr. Potas also mentioned, we have to reconnect with our planet. We have to reconnect, we have to be in harmony with our planet. And for that, with National Geographic, they are offering like courses and skills that you can follow. Some of you, like Janelle, knows already about it, but I want to share with you today different skills that you can follow, different courses that you can follow to develop your skill. So Jasmine, can I share my screen right now?
Sure.
Okay, so I think you just have to let me, you have to enable.
Can you,
Yes.
Mashikan, can you,
Yes, I'll try again. Can you try again, Danielle?
Okay, right, super. So this is what we call storytelling for impact. And this is a very powerful. Down there, you can see stories can change the world. And this is, I think, what you as youth, you want to do. You want to change the world you are living in. You want to bring about sustainable economy. You want to bring about sustainable living, be it mentally or emotionally. And one of the way to do that is to use stories. And it's not just telling the stories, it's also raising awareness, because the way you create your stories, the way you're going to tell the stories of what is happening around you. I've seen one presentation, and I think this is a way to tell your story, what you are doing, what are your ideas. So here with National Geographic and Adobe, they are in partnership, and they are offering free courses to the youth. I will have to mention also is from 16 to 25 years old. So here we'll go down. So stories can change the world. So what you will look into is how to tell stories through photography, through videography, or through graphic, and through podcasts, which mean audio. I will not play the video because I'm also checking out the time. So here, this is one website you can go. It's you go on National Geographic, and then you press Storytelling for Impact. You will have the link. So as a youth, also, there will be two buttons. So there will be one button for educator. I think, Jasmine, do we have educators around? I think, yeah.
Yes.
Yes, so educators, you can also, we have the same slightly different approach if you want, but it remains storytelling for impact. So we have for educators, and then we have for the GenGeo. And here for the GenGeo, you can see it's from 16 to 25. So the youth who are between 16 and 25, you can go for that course. So I will press for you, the youth, for the GenGeos. So those are online courses. So those online courses, so you have photography, you go on that, and then you will press register. You can most probably an email address, Gmail or Hotmail or Yahoo. You press on register, and then you have a certain time for you to be able to go through the course. So the course is for free, you don't have to pay for it. And then there will be National Geographic explorers, photographers. Here, this one is about photography. This one is about video. So you will learn how to make a good video with National Geographic explorers. So they are experienced, and this is adding up to your skill as a future leader of changing the world. Okay. And then we have the audio. So you can create a podcast. You can create a little talk about the community, little talk about your own SDGs. If you're interested in quality education or life under below water, you can create your own audio or your own radio if you want. And you know that nowadays you can put it on YouTube, or you can find your own podcast streaming. So you can create, and those courses will give you the skills to be able to create almost professional audio, photography, and videography. And the last one is graphic. Graphic is also using data, because graphic, we most of the time talk about digital graphic, digital creation. But you can also use graphic to send messages, to raise awareness, if ever, for instance, to be able to count how many people have electricity or how many people don't have electricity. So the graphic will help you, this will help you to create those data and send out information to people around you. Okay, so here you have to just register. Okay, and the thing I wanted to add also is you will have till the end of year to do the courses. So you can do the course one after the other. You can do all four all together, depending on how interested, or you can start with something you will really like to start with, be it photography. I myself, as an educator, I started with photography, and then I moved to graphic because I use the graphic for World Ocean Day. So sharing information and raise awareness about life below water. So I think at some point it is something that would be very interesting for you, young people, because you will be not only having additional skills for yourself in your future career, or if you want to tell your story right now. So you can follow this course, and then after, if you complete the course completely, you will have a certificate also with National Geographic and Adobe. So I think globally, this is a little bit what I wanted to share with the youth of Globally Empowered, because I really like what you are all doing. And for Jasmine, also we are collaborating together to empower and to really encourage and inspire you, the youth, because the world belongs to you. I mean, as Mr. Potas also mentioned, we, at our age, we are here and we are where we are, but we want to help you to be able to have a better world for yourself and the future generation afterward. So I think here it is, Jasmine, because I know we are time frame a little bit squeezed, and I can see that. And if there are questions, I think if one or two of you have questions about Storytelling for Impact courses with National Geographic.
Okay, thank you, Daniela. Janelle, Janelle and Matthias, I'll take it from here due to time. Thank you so much. We have two outstanding videos, presentations, the real reason why we're here, to play from schools. We have a lagging, like technology always comes in the way, but we will now present to you College Vocational, their video. They are a group of vocational schools in Malaysia, and please bear with us. We may go a little bit over time, but please listen to their presentation. Okay, you can click on play. Okay.
Hello everyone. We would like to produce about business plan areas for you. Areas for you, health, gift, bouquet, and boxes. And then next, about us. About Us Areas is a small size company that runs the business of handmade gift product like a bouquet and gift boxes, mainly focused on health items. And then our target market is the people around Penang. Our products are suitable for all age and are also very suitable for all groups of peoples, no matter on what their health condition. And we want to work together to help people really good health wishes to everyone around them. And at the same time, we want to raise awareness about taking care of health no matter how busy we are in life. And therefore, we produce and sell a variety of items that are beneficial to health, combined into every single gift product.
This is our organizational structure. Our General Manager is Wafiq bin Hasli. Our Administration Manager is Ariskawati binti Suharto, while her Administration Assistant Manager is Kirti Biniani. Our Finance Manager is Siti Nurfahana binti Akbar Ali. And next, our Marketing Manager is Wan Nurin binti Wan Musa, while her Marketing Assistant Manager is Emilia Farisha binti Muhammad Faizal. Our Operation Manager is Nur Kamarina binti Muhammad Anwar. Lastly, our Sales Manager is Nurul Najiha binti Sabani, and her Sales Assistant Manager is Izzatu Akmal Masara binti Mat Hisham.
We have two kinds of product, which is one is self-care kit gift box and other one is for your health bouquet. What is in the gift box and on the bouquet? So we have hand sanitizer spray, aromatherapy ointment, vitamin C sachet, herbal tea sachet, cereal bar, and wish card, which means you can say anything positive to the person that you want to give. Otherwise, what is in the bouquet is like chocolate, wafer, biscuit that you can customize or you can request what you want to put. We also have recycled paper flower. You can also put vegetable and fruit. Also, we have wish card. Example photo, as you can see here. That's all for me. So I pass to the next person. Thank you.
This is our target market. So, we target this product to customers who want to take care of the health of themselves, friends, and family by giving them a surprise on their special day and as a visiting gift in normal.
Next, I move on the promotion strategy section where we also run a marketing strategy that is able to attract customers, among them product. Products offered by us according to the customer budget and the benefit target by the customers. Our business will also always make sure to meet the need of our customers so that the products we produce are always well received by the customer. In addition, we also offer a price affordable according to the buyer's budget, competitive, and will add an add-on concept, where customers can add the number of items they want to add in the box of bouquet they want along with various promotion offered during the special day.
Marketing strategy number 3 is promotion. Promotion on the website and social media such as Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and so on, periodically to show that our business is active when it's come to the festive days. And the last one for marketing strategy for our product is distribution. So ensuring that the product delivery reach the customer hands safely and fresh at the required time. And we also making overseas deliveries using the portal service, and we also providing COD, that means cash on delivery service to customer nearby us.
Next, I'm going to talk about the financial plan of our business Aerials for You. Firstly, our business capital is mainly sourced by the owner of the business, that is the general manager, Mr. Wafiq, plus with the capital from the 5 partners, that is the 5 managers of Aerials for You. Then, the production costs of Aerials for You are including the cost of items and materials for the products, staff wages, and promotion costs, also others such as utility costs and postage. Plus, for our product prices, for your information, it is according to our customer's budget and customization. But for the basic set, the price will be 50 ringgit Malaysia for each bouquet and 30 ringgit Malaysia for each gift box. That's all for the financial plan, and I'll give to the next presenter. Thank you.
Okay, so now it's relating to sustainable development goals. Our business Aerials for You is focused on SDG 03, that is good health and well-being. As the health topic is what we are focused in our business and products making, we will give our best to make products with combination of items that will help in giving happiness to everyone in whatever health condition and are focused on improving their well-being. We are also putting a hard consideration on how to make sure that our products can benefit our consumers the most and they're able to relay the take care of your health or fast recovery wishes through our product.
Based on the business plan that has been made, this shows that Aerials for You has a bright opportunity in running a health gift related business and is able to thrive in the future. Aerials for You has formulated several marketing plans so that the products released can meet the demands and desires of customers on health nowadays through all platforms such as social media, websites, and so on. Therefore, we hope that this business plan can provide a clear vision of our Aerials for You business to the offering parties. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. I see Janelle and Janelle and Matthias as being so good today. And there are still some questions in the chat. And one of the students from India asked about delivering stuff overseas. You would like to deliver or sell fruit and vegetables to people overseas. We have one video outstanding, but we are out of time. What I would like to say now is this. We will have a follow-up session on this business management with high school students and some maybe 2 different moderators. Our moderators were brilliant today. Like, you know, they are both primary students, and for them to be able to moderate this session is just amazing, right? I would like to have a follow-up session. Ms. Suparna, are you there? Ms. Suparna, are you still in the session?
Yes, I'm there. Yes.
Okay.
Of course.
So I humbly apologize because people have follow-up things and we have run out of time because I think
it's okay.
you know, we'll have to have another session. But what I would like to close with, there are a few things I noticed that our students in this panel still need, and that is confidence. If you have a question, you need to ask it. Don't send it to me directly, or don't send it via your coordinator on WhatsApp. Yeah, this is what it's all about, right? This is what it's all about. To be able to ask questions to develop. Michigan, you can stop the recording now because we're gonna just finish now. So I want to